Hey everyone, I am looking to make sure I have shared this into the right group and I can't find it. Let's make sure I've got it, maybe. Make sure my laptop is off. Hey, this is Patience. I'm in Central Arkansas. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm still looking for my live. There we go. There we go. I shared it to the right page. Let's see if I can get that moved out of the way. There we go. Welcome. Tonight is Thursday, April the 20th. My name is Patience Holt, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Arkansas, and that's in the United States. I primarily do my business here in Arkansas. I do have a few customers, one out in Oregon, a few up in Ohio, recently in Texas and Tennessee, and a couple in Florida. So yay, thank you. I would like to do more. I can do all the lower 48 states, so I would love to have your business. I wanted to show you tonight the class that I am offering right now, which is called Seaside Bay, and it is a to-go class. I'm offering it online, and I'm going to demonstrate the cards tonight. You can, when you spend $35 in my online store, you can get these 6 card kits for free, and you will get everything you need to make the cards as instructed by color PDF. Now, I'm also offering a 1/4 of a pack of paper that goes with the Seaside Bay Bundle right now. It is retiring though. You can get the entire bundle or the entire collection, which includes ribbon and flat adhesive pearls and the stamp set and the die set and the paper. You can get all of that. It is available in my online store right now for $87. You will get a free pack of embellishments from me, of course, when you spend $50 or more. But this month with this card class, I do have a host code. So when you place an order, make sure you use that host code so you get these card kits for free. I have more information about it on my blog, and that's at notesfrompatience.com. You may see some changes coming to my website in the near future. I hope. I'm still working on that. It's been a slow process, but it's working, and hopefully I'll get that going. I do want to tell you that we still have our last chance sale out there, and that is for everything that is retiring. And we do this every year. We have a last chance sale, and it is for everything that is retiring because we have a new catalog coming up that will go live on May the 2nd, and that is just a little over 2 weeks, maybe not even 2 weeks, so a little less than 2 weeks. So I'm very excited. So for 11 more days, you still have a chance to get those products you like, those products you love, unless they're already sold out. We do have new colors coming. Every 2 years we have in colors that retire, of course, because in colors are 5 colors that rotate in for 2 years and then they rotate out. But this year they did a color refresh. They looked at the trends to see what was in, what is in fashion, the color trends that are on, spot on. I mean, they really are. They have kept up with the trends. Stampin' Up does a great job with our colors, and we have a wide variety of colors, so I'm very excited about the new colors. I'm kind of sad about my Bermuda Bay But I do have a few Bermuda Bay things over there for me to play with, you know, for my personal. I can't sell that because I just love it. I just love it. So anyway, I'm going to turn my camera down and we're going to go ahead and get started. But if you have any questions, just put those down in the comments and we'll get started. Okay, let me see if I can get this going. Okay. Now, I'm hoping my light is good tonight. It looks a little different. Let me see if I can fix that lighting. Woo! I don't know about that. Okay. We're going to have to let that work. Okay, tonight I'm looking at Seaside Bay. And Seaside Bay is a bundle that, of course, I love. It's got shells in it. Anything to do with the water, a lake, or the ocean, I am on it. I've played with this. I've made cards. I've done swap with this. I've sent cards out. I just really like it. I'm really hoping that you like this. And, you know, I think it'll work out really well. I think you'll really like the cards I've got. Hold on just a second. Let me check to see if this has actually been shared over to my page. Maybe I can get on my phone and share that over to my page right quick. Let me see if I can do that. La 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 la. Let's see. I can't seem to find me on my phone. I've got me listed up here. Okay. I do not have it shared to my page. Let's see. Share, share, share. Maybe I can get on my phone and share that. You hear me on my phone there? Hold on. There we go. See if I can get this shared. I don't know why I can't bring it up. Okay, well, let me show you what I have here. I'm hoping some people can jump on here. Okay. Here I am. Share. Share, share, share. To a group. Okay, well, let me give people a few more minutes to pop on. Anyway, I was going to let you know in my description on this post, once it goes, once I'm finished with the video, it will let you know all the links on where to find this class, where to find me, and let's see if I can get this. Here we go. Let's see if I can get this going. Okay, I think I just shared it over to my page. There we go. Now let's hope some people can find me. Okay, I have all the links that you're going to need to find these products. This is a card that I made and shared online today. Actually yesterday, late yesterday, and I just love it. It's a blank card on the inside, but you can add any sentiment you want. I have just not added a sentiment to it yet, but there is a die cut for this bird in there. There's die cuts for the shells. Hey Jackie, thanks for joining. I've had problems trying to get my live up and shared to the right group, so hopefully you found me. Tonight we're talking about the Seaside Bay Bundle, and It's found on page 22 and 23 of your January to April mini catalog. And this used to be called the Occasions catalog, but it is now the mini catalog. So anyway, let me go ahead and just dive into this and show you what I have. This is the first card that we're going to look at. We're going to make together. This is a simple card. I really, really like it. And it is just, I don't know what to say. It's very simple. It does say heartfelt sympathy. And that is because the sentiments in here, you can interchange these 3 sentiments with whatever you want. I needed a sympathy card, and so I made about 15 of these to have some on hand. You hate to have these, but it is a great card to have. Very simple, very elegant, and classy looking. So we're going to go ahead and get started with this. And when you get a card kit, this is what you will get. You will get 2 each of this particular card. Now this only has 1 in there. You will get a card base. You will get the layers. Now anything that is produced outside of the bundle, like this is I don't know if you could tell, this is a piece of paper that has been put through the embossing folder. Now, it is not included in the bundle, so I will emboss this piece of paper and send it to you that way. This card, this paper is in the paper that you can get with this card class, but I will die cut this circle out for you because it is not included in the die set. And so I do that. And also the deckled rectangle that we're using for the sentiment. And then, of course, I provide pieces of paper here for you to die cut everything you're going to need to die cut. So for this particular card, we will need to pull out our die cuts. Now, I'm going to show you what die cuts I used, but I'm not going to die cut these right on the live video for time. So I used the bird, the shell, these 2 shells. I think I also used this one and the grass and this other grass. But you know, you always have more in your die cuts than you have in stamped images. This is I think this is like a landscape piece. I haven't even used that, but I do like that piece. I just haven't used it, but I will show you my little technique for using for sand. I did not use that, but anyway, I'll show you on the next card, one of the cards that I have. So let's go ahead and get started. So pretend that I die cut what we needed, and all of a sudden, magically, here they are. We have shells and grass, and we have our bird. So the first thing I'm going to do, I always forget something. So let me grab this. Thank you, Jackie. You know I will send you a free card and envelope for sharing my video. I really appreciate that. I always seem to forget something for my live. I do have a list, but I never seem to follow that list. Do y'all do that? Okay. I wanted to grab a piece of grid paper to stamp with so that I'm not stamping on my nice little padded surface. Be less area to clean. So since I am not stamping on my card base at all, I'm going to put that to the side for right now. And I've got my stamp mounted up, and I have my Night of Navy ink. I'm going to go ahead and stamp my Heartfelt Sympathy. See how that's going to stamp. Very good. Okay. And of course I've got to put it down here where I can see. Okay. That looks a little crooked. So let's turn this little baby over. And let's put it on there straight. There we go. That's one good thing about our cardstock. It is very great quality, very good quality, and so you don't see that stamped image on the other side. So that doesn't come through. So, I'm going to put that off to the side, and we are going to mount this paper up. We're going to just get started putting our card together. I'm using my adhesive seal. And everything will already be pre-cut and measured for you. You will receive a PDF, color PDF with the instructions. And that will also help you reproduce these cards. It'll give you all the measurements and things that you need. And it'll also tell you the measurements of these pieces that I have provided for you. That way you could reproduce these yourself. If you have a different embossing folder you want to use or anything like that. Now for these, I did not put dimensionals on anything. The only thing I put dimensionals on was to pop this up. So I'm just going to put adhesive on the back and pretty much put this in the center. And put our bird on there. Jackie, how is your foot? I thought about you and your foot. I'm putting dimensionals on this already, but I'm just going to leave it over to the side. Okay, so for this, I'm not going to put any seal on this. I'm going to use dots. And you know I don't have dots right here. Let me grab some. That's also on my list. Okay, so for these dots, for these shells and grass, I'm just going to add some dots on the back. So let's just go ahead and add the dots to the back here. Now you'll notice these shells are different and the grass is different because all the colors coordinate, and I've made it that way, of course. Stampin' Up makes it that way for you because they really know what they're doing on their colors. Let's see, the grass right there. And these dots just stick, and they pop up just a little bit, giving you a little dimension. Then I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to grab some flat adhesive back pearls. Now I love this. Love these. Now you can get the card kit for $35. You can get 6 card kits from me for $35. However, if you spend more than $50, you will get this. You will get the adhesive, flat back adhesive pearls. You will also get a quarter pack of this paper. And this paper is retiring, but I will be giving you a quarter pack of this paper, which includes 12 sheets of the designer series paper that goes with this set. It's together with this set. Just take a look at page 22 and 23 in the catalog. And if you do not have a catalog in front of you, you could go to notesfrompatience.com, and on the right hand side I have a menu that pulls down, that will pull down that catalog for you so you can see that catalog. So let's see. Let's add some more of these pearls. Also, I don't know if some of you that have had other demonstrators, I know Jackie is a demonstrator, that's had a chance to see the new catalog, that there are some new attachments that go with the Take Your Pick tool. They're called crafting attachments. And I cannot wait. That's going to be something that I am going to purchase for me. So this is card number 1. How easy and how beautiful and elegant. Now you can just as easily put another sentiment with this. Thank you, thinking of you, happy birthday, miss you, anything like that. So let's put card number 1 away. And the next card is an actual thank you card. So here is the thank you card I made. Now this features the thank you sentiment. There's nothing on the inside, but we are going to make a little sandy scene down there for the inside of the card. I wanted to and I forgot. So I'm going to go and add that to this card later. But we have a crab and we have our shells and we have our pearls on there too. But this is just the art of paper crafting. So I just love that. Just love it. I hope y'all like that too. Here is the host code if you'd like to shop with me this month. Okay, let me see. Where's packet number 2? Here we go. Now, like I said, I'll give you all the dimensions and everything you need in the PDF. Now, the PDF will be emailed to you the day it's shipped. And I will let you know the tracking number and everything like that. So, oh, Jackie, I can't wait to see the attachments for that too. Okay, this looks like we're missing some paper, but in our trusty little packet of paper that you will get, we're going to take this piece of paper out and we're going to cut it to what we need. But here we go. Look, I've already got it cut for us. There we go. And so this small square is the one we are going to stamp on. So I've got my thank you loaded up on a block already. And I'm using Night of Navy again. I'm going to put that thank you up in the top, pretty much top right corner of this. There we go. And then my next color I'm using is Gray Granite. Now, Gray Granite is not brown and it's not gray. It's just kind of in between there. So I love that. So if you're watching, I'd love to hear where you're from. Jackie, I know you live in Conway. I see a couple of other people watching. I would love for y'all to say hello and comment and where you're from. Okay, this is a crab image. Let me see here. Yeah, I like that. I'm going to put him just kind of cat-a-corner right there. And then I have some shells and some sand. Now I'm going to start these off of the piece of paper. There we go. Now for the inside of our card, I will have this across the bottom also. I didn't on my example because I truly forgot. There we go. So I'm done with the Gray Granite. Hey, Karen Robinson and St. Vincent. How are you? I know you're getting ready to travel in a couple of weeks with me. I am traveling with Karen. We're going to be going up to Emmitsburg, Maryland. Looking forward to the trip. Hey gal, you just found me. I had a little problem finding me too. But we're here now. Thank you. Just remember, oh, thank you Karen for sharing. If you share this, remember you get a free card in the mail. I know Karen, I sent you a card last week. Gail, I think I sent you a card also. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this together. I've already mounted this on the inside. And so now we're going to mount this basic white piece of paper. Okay, is my light flashing? Does it appear to be flashing? Or is it me having flashing? I hope not. I don't want my light to go out. This ring light's not that old. Okay, now we're going to mount this designer series paper. I wonder what that side would look like. It probably would look just as good. There we go. It's all coming together. I really appreciate you guys sharing my post. It gets the word out there. And then that way I'm able to send you guys. I think I have all of y'all's address. In fact, I know I do. I know I do. But if you share my video and I don't have your address, just send me your address. Just message me your address and I will send you a free card in an envelope. Okay, so now I'm going to use dimensionals and we're going to pop that right up and it's going to look fabulous. And I am going to offset this. I'm not going to put it in the middle. I think it's raining. In fact, I hear rain hitting that window now. Okay, I'm gonna embellish this with these pearls. I think these pearls are just so pretty and they mail really well too. You know how you get some embellishments that are just sometimes too bulky and they don't mail well? These mail really well. Okay, so here is this card. Now, I did do this. I really like it. Looks better than the one that's not done. So let's just go ahead and finish this one off and do it right quick. How about that? Okay, I don't want to get any ink on my blue, so let's mask that off like that. There we go. How about that? So I fixed that card quickly. All right, so that's card number 2. Now card number 3 is a lot of fun. I really like it and I hope that you will too. It's called a book fold. So we've got a fancy fold card here, a fun fold, fancy fold, whatever you want to call, and with the sentiment on the inside. And we have the pearl in there and we have Wink of Stella. I don't know if you can see all that Wink of Stella. We have some sand here. Really looks good. Looks good. I have so much fun. I don't know about y'all, but when we start stamping and you start putting together things, I just get tickled at how much fun it is. And people sometimes just don't understand. But I think once they get started with it, they understand. Okay, so here is the next card kit. And when you know it, I have run this piece of paper through a die cut already for us. And I have my little oyster shell. Now this piece of paper, oops, here we go. Just turned it over. So both sides are just phenomenal. I had to use both sides. So to put this together, I want to show you what we're going to do. We're going to stamp the inside first. And it is going to be stamped with Night of Navy. Thank you, Karen. You love my book fold. I think it's just very unique. It's like a little treasure, just all together. Small. There we go. I think we have a thunderstorm going on out there. Okay. You hear thunder out there. I do hear thunder. I think it's pouring out here too. I don't normally hear thunder unless I see the lightning, and then I realize what I heard was thunder. So, okay. So let me show you what we're going to stamp next. I will provide you a piece of paper that looks like just a little rectangle. But we're going to stamp little sand dots on here with crumb cake. Okay? So you're going to take the image that looks like it's just got sand all over it, which it's just dots, and we're just going to dot it up. Okay, so rather than put that through the die cut machine with the little landscaping die that is provided in the dies with this set, I really like to create, woo, there's the thunder, a little texture with this. So I'm just tearing it off right there. So I'm going to adhere this to the bottom of this particular sheet. Now, this piece of paper is 4 1/4 by 4. And so make sure before you start to adhere anything that you've got the right side. Okay, this will already be scored for you. And make sure, there we go, you're actually putting this down on the right side. You put it down on the wrong side and you'll be peeling crumb cake off of DSP. And sometimes that will work and sometimes it won't. Sometimes DSP tears because it's a thinner paper than our cardstock. And I mean, who hasn't done it? I've done it. I've done it. And the reason I wanted you to put that down first, because if there was any to cut off the end, you could cut off the end. And Karen, I will come cut it off the end for you. I know how you just don't like to do that. I think there's just a little bit there. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and put this on the inside. Nope, on the outside. Okay, so I've got it all measured for you. Kind of hard to see that fold, but I've got it measured so that there is a little bit on each side. Okay, so now what we want to do is you're actually going to run, well, not in this order, but this is the way I'm doing it tonight. You're going to want to put your ribbon in here. Now in the card kit, I will provide enough ribbon for you to actually tie a bow with. Tonight I'm tying a knot. I tied a knot on the example because sometimes a bow, I think a bow would have just taken away from my oyster over here. So I just tied a knot. So what I'm going to do here is put seal on top of this ribbon if I can, or maybe right beside it over here, because we're actually going to fold this down so that we have it. This is stuck on the inside, so that's what we want. So now you're going to take your little piece of DSP and adhere it down. It is cut and measured to the same, it'll have the same width around the outside of all the edges there. And I'll have all the dimensions in the PDF for you to be able to duplicate. These cards are easy, and I believe they are duplicatable. You know, even for a class, if you wanted to have a class with it, you could duplicate these cards. Okay, so now I'm going to tie a knot, if I can. You know, I hope, I didn't think about this, but I hope the power doesn't go out. Whoo. Okay. I can't even tie a knot. Here we go. Now, I know we have inverted tweezers I could use, but, you know, I don't have them right here at my little camera space. There we go. So this is going to be good enough right there. I'm going to take my wonderful ribbon scissors and cut the excess off. Like I said, I will provide you plenty of ribbon to be able to make a bow if you want to put a bow. Okay, now let's go ahead and put the inside in, and then we're going to make our beautiful pearlized oyster shell. Okay, let's fold that book open here. And this is measured. Now you could put sand in there, and you can use the other stamp and put shells in there. You could put whatever you want in there. I think, you know, the sky's the limit with this stamp set. You could really make it look really fabulous. Okay, here is our die cut. I don't know if you could tell, but there, oh yeah, it's got some embossed shells on there, so you could emboss parts of a shell, so you could definitely tell what's the top and what's the bottom. So we're going to fold that down and crease it with our bone folder. Now, if you don't have Wink of Stella, you need Wink of Stella. I love Wink of Stella. So what I'm going to do for my Wink of Stella is go ahead and literally cover the whole inside of my shell. Because if you've ever seen an oyster shell or a mother of pearl clam shell, they have, it looks really shiny on the inside. It's got that mother of pearl look, you know, just got the iridescent look. And then I'm also going to take just around the edges. Not that it matters, but I thought it was a nice little touch. And then I'm going to close this, and I am going to color the top of this also. Just give it a lot of Wink of Stella, a lot of sparkle, because we need lots of sparkle. Okay, I saw my light just flash there. Did y'all see my light flash? Ah! Okay. There we go. I don't know if I'll get there. You see the sparkle? And then on the inside, it's got the sparkle. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am not putting this up on dimensionals because there's going to be a pearl on the inside. And that will pop it up just as much as we need. So I'm going to put that right there and get one of the large pearls from this adhesive back package. And then we have our pearl card. It says, "You are a pearl, rare and precious." Absolutely. So the last little thing is we are going to take our Wink of Stella and color in or color over some of the smaller shells in the DSB. There we go. How about that? All right. Well, I don't hear any more rain. So, I don't know if you could see. Yeah, you can see the Wink of Stella. All right. Well, that is the cards. And let me bring them all back out here. I guess I don't need all of them out here, but here are the 3 cards, and the card kit will be enough to make 6 cards. Oh, thank you for the hearts, y'all. Thank you so much for sharing my video. I'm going to be uploading it to YouTube and then also putting it on my my website at notesfrompatience.com. So thank you so much for joining me tonight. If y'all have any questions, just pop those down in there. Hey, Mary Lou, thank you. Mary Lou purchased a card kit from me last week. I hope she's had a chance to play with that. I know she's received it. So, I really have enjoyed this. I have not been really consistent with doing my lives and doing online classes, but I'm going to be doing 2 a month, and I've got another one planned, and it's going to be the daisy cards, and I'm very excited about that. I don't know exactly what my cards are going to be, but here's a few things featuring the daisies and the paper. And I showed these at our team meeting last month, and I really like this particular bundle, and that's what I'm going to be doing my class on the beginning of May, from May the 2nd through May 14th. So, but the ordering period for this card class is until April 30th. So if you'd like to order this, I've got the links in my description. You can go onto my blog and find that. And anyway, that's all I've got tonight. I hope you've enjoyed my class. I've enjoyed interacting with y'all. Thank you so much for sharing my cards. This is Patience in Maumelle, Arkansas, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I will see you later. See you next time. Bye-bye. If I can get it.